Since 2004, numerous policies and strategies have recommended that the quality and status of vocational choices needs to be improved to provide better work-based learning, tackle the poor stay-on rates of pupils post-16, and to address the historic divide between academic and vocational qualifications.
I'm very concerned that vocational options seem to be thought of as options for the least academic, the least able. They're really about different ways of working and different ways of learning and different ways of acquiring qualifications. And I think we have to be much more flexible in what we offer students to make sure that it fits not only the present needs but the future aspirations.
In Rotherham, South Yorkshire, the Dearne Valley Partnership of schools, local education authorities and further education colleges had a strong tradition of working together since the decline of coal in the area. The schools were already offering vocational choices but were keen to do more. When the Young Apprenticeship Scheme was launched in 2004, the strength of the existing partnership meant they were selected to offer 30 places.
The Young Apprenticeship Programme is an innovative approach to trying to meet the needs of young people in schools by offering an early exposure to vocational learning and training which enhances their school experience but also leads forward in terms of frameworks of learning for more mainstream apprenticeship programmes and provides links with businesses locally which may be useful in terms of building a career.
The Young Apprenticeship Scheme has 3 key features. It starts in Year 10, the students must meet a number of academic and attendance goals, and for the first time, Year 10 and 11 pupils are given a truly vocational experience of 50 days work placement.
Have you used a DTI before?
In this programme, we follow 2 young apprentices, Robert, an engineering student at Wath School, and Jess, who's a pupil at Rawmarsh School on the Art and Design course. Rawmarsh Community School and Rotherham College of Art and Technology have been teaching the Applied Art GCSE to Rawmarsh pupils for the past 2 years. These strong links stood them in good stead to take part in the scheme.
We've approached it very much from an area of expertise, an area that we've developed and done a lot of work within already. We felt that we'd already embedded a lot of the course development, so the Young Apprenticeship Scheme presented challenges with the work experience and the work related, but we could meet those head on. We were looking for an opportunity to extend the vocational, the work related experiences for our young people. So as the programme actually commenced, we were already in the position whereby a group of our young people had actually applied for an art and design course. We saw the Young Apprenticeship Programme as a supplementary scheme that would actually enhance the opportunities, the experiences of the young people.
I think the benefits to our students are that they're getting a wider range of experiences, they're working with professionals, they're learning more of the vocational skills that they will need in the future. And in some ways it adds a bit of excitement, getting out of a school environment, going down to the college, almost looking at what life is like as an 18-year-old when they leave here.
I'm a student at Rawmarsh Community School and I'm doing an apprenticeship, an art apprenticeship. I've always liked art since Year 7 and this just seemed like a good opportunity because I get to do more of it what I like.
The advantages of having the college involved is that they can offer a lot of specialisms that we can't offer as a school, but they can also give us the equipment too that we haven't got in the school. So it's been great for us to be able to pull in some very specialist skills.
We go to college and just do different work. Sometimes it links to what we do back at school, but most of the time it's totally different things.
The main drawback, of course, would be that we were worried with them having to do a 50 days placement that they were going to miss some of their curriculum subjects. And we have been able to make sure that that isn't going to happen and it's not going to be detrimental at all because most of the 50 days is going to be done in their own time.
Robert is a pupil at Wath School, another member of the Dearne Valley Partnership. They're offering a qualification in engineering for the first time. This is taught at the Dearne Valley College for 1 day a week. As a result, though, students missed some lessons in core national curriculum subjects. The school solved the problem by offering catch-up lessons, here in maths, taught by retired teachers.
It's easy when it's like that, isn't it?
I've been interested in engineering for about the last 2 or 3 years, which really is because of my hobbies and different things I do. Like, I've got modelled railways and I do a lot of modelling. I think it's good that this course is giving me a chance to go into the workplace at a younger age, because I'm not being thrown into it straight after school. I'm being given a chance to experience it and still learning.
At college, Graham Mason is teaching the engineers to braze, the final stage in their project to design and build model bridges before they're tested to destruction.
I'll let that cool.
It looks a lot better than I imagined than when it was on paper. Fairly confident about putting weights on. I think it'll take a lot.
So we're going to suspend weights from the bridges. We're going to find out which bridge will actually take the most weight. Right, we're ready for it.
Go, let's go.
Well, I can't move it now. One failed. Right. When it came down to the actual physical testing, all the bridges performed above expectation. So I think all the youngsters who have taken part in these tests have really done very, very well. Right. 44 kilos.
44?
Weighs about as much as my knee size. I enjoy being in college a lot more than school because you get a lot more time to do stuff. There's not much pressure and everyone's nice to talk to. It's really easy atmosphere.
What really marks this scheme out as different is the 50 days of work experience. Schools are not alone in finding employers to provide this. Further education colleges involved in the partnerships will have strong employer links, and the local education authority plays an active role.
We wanted to identify a range of high-quality employers who have perhaps already had some experience of post-16 apprenticeships. The second stage, obviously, then is looking at working with other organisations who are experienced in setting up those work placements, the health and safety, the risk assessment and such like, alongside working with the young people about their career preferences. Now, the challenge, I suppose, here is we've got 14-year-olds who are being asked about their interest in engineering, and I think we've got to set up a range of experiences for them so that by the end of the Young Apprenticeship Programme they're informed about what engineering actually is, and possibly then how they move on to a particular apprenticeship route, or to college, or to the sixth form at 16.
Today I'm at Bridges Training and I'm doing basically a course to teach me what I'm doing on the lathe.
Right, so if I can just look at you yesterday's bit of work. Right, so, nice that. Nice bit of nailing. I think it's a brilliant setup. It should have been done a lot sooner than what it has. I've one young man at the moment and I'm gobsmacked with him personally. He's 14 and not knocking my apprentices, but he would leave some of them standing.
Well, I've learnt quite a bit and I can do a lot more on lathe than I could do down at college. It has shown me a different side of engineering and there's a lot more to it than what I actually first thought. Because it's sort of hands-on, I'm learning it a lot faster than I would looking at a booklet, and it's just a lot better.
What we've found with schools at the moment is they don't think engineering exists, and the attitude is, well, if you don't get your grades at school, your A's and your C's, etc., you can always be an engineer. But that's totally wrong, because you need your A's and C's to be an engineer.
In Rotherham, there aren't many art and design companies able to offer work experience to 14-year-olds. So for the first placement, they took an innovative approach, using the college setting as a base and bringing in industry professionals, such as Steve Gledhall, a freelance graphic designer.
We've set up the art and design placement specifically actually at the college, where these young people have been studying 1 day a week on their applied GCSE course. We've done that for a number of reasons, I think particularly around the sort of pragmatism of looking at the art design employer base in this area. And to be honest, we haven't got that many employers or employers who could have the capacity to take a 14-year-old and provide them with suitable supervision. And therefore we've seen this as a developmental process. We're giving them an experience in a simulated work context.
It's the beginning of Jessa's first week of work.
Yep, you ready? Yeah, you. Yep, good.
This has allowed us to secure some of the benefits of this type of experience, which is that it's safe, it's clearly developing their skills, and they're able to see this very much tied up with their vocational qualification.
It's Easter holidays and we're going into college to do some as work experience today, first day, and we're a bit nervous.
The disadvantage is it's still a simulated work experience, but it gives us time to engage with other employers, and we see this as being the next stage in the process.
On Monday morning when we went in, we met everybody, we met Steve, who was a graphic designer, and they were just telling us what we're going to be doing.
Each one of you has got some material, you've got some ideas already, yes? And Jenny's talked you through how you're going to sort of hopefully put some of these ideas into practice.
We've designed a set of 4 stamps, and we've each done something different. Someone's done London, I've done transport. But to start off with, I was just going to do trains, but then it seemed a bit boring because it was just one thing, so it just seemed as though I was repeating it all the time. But then I decided to do it famous transport, like instead of just a plane, I did Concorde, and I've done Intercity for train. I just thought of 2 of what signified Britain, so I did a ferry, an English ferry, and a black cab.
At Robert's second engineering placement, he's learning the key skills of a good employee.
OK, Rob, your turn to make the coffee then. No sugar for me though, thank you. I've had the students down for 3 days this week, doing a 3-day CAD/CAM experience, computer-aided designing, computer-aided manufacturing. They've had the opportunity to design and manufacture using 2D and 3D software.
That's looking pretty good to me, that actually. Can't believe that after such little time you've got to this sort of stage.
I've done a lot of work on 3D software and that's amazing to use. It's really easy once you've got to know it.
The students have had no experience before, and it's been amazing really to see the progress that they've made in the last 3 days. CAD/CAM is the modern way of manufacturing in industry now. There are lots of opportunities in South Yorkshire and in Rotherham for these sort of students to gain excellent employment opportunities.
Well, CAD/CAM training's gone very well, and it's been an all new experience, being as I've never even tried to do CAD/CAM before. I've never even had software to do it.
OK, Rob, this is finished now. You can open the guard and get the vacuum cleaner on it. OK, Rob, that's it then. Has that turned out as you expected?
Yeah.
Looks quite good to me, that. Well done. Good.
Well, I'm at Young Apprenticeship Scheme, and it's the best thing I could be doing with my time at the minute, because I'm out of school and I'm doing everything I want to do.
The week really has been about giving these 4 girls as much experience we can of being in industry, so that they can get used to the demands of, as I've said before, meeting deadlines and getting the job done.
I think it's been weird doing a full week of work because it's longer than a school day. I think it's been better though because we get to work on just one thing instead of loads of different ones. Only annoying thing is though we don't get paid.
There you go, there's your 2 final pieces. So what do you think to those? Yeah?
I like them.
I've seen a kind of beginning of a growth in them where they're getting confident about handling their ideas and coming to a result.
It's given me a good idea what I want to do when I leave school. I'm going to go to college and it's definitely going to be something to do with art.